This podcast contains adult language and crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
Guys, I figured out why Charlie Bucket's Grandpa Joe was able to just spring out of bed when he'd been, bedridden and shit to go to that Willy Wonka factory, right? It's been so obvious and we didn't think of it. Clearly, he completely misunderstood what Charlie meant when he said, "Hey, Grandpa, we're gonna go take a run at the chocolate factory."
Thralls! Balls! They're everywhere!
Thralls Balls, the World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolis, Gershom, and Wooly. Oh, what's up, swingas? From the TBHQ in the grizzly lands of Wisconsin, welcome to Thralls Balls, episode 146. I'm Wooly, the king of bullshit and destruction warlock. Here with me is Gershom, the sassy-ass beast-mastery hunter. Bent is, he's got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell, but I feel like it would cost more than it's worth to ship a cowbell, so I'm not going to. So Bent is gonna keep having a fever because I'm not sending him a fucking cowbell. Hi, Gershom.
Wooly, how much do you think it would cost for us to hire Christopher Walken and go bang a cowbell next to his head?
Well,
sorry, did I just date myself with that Saturday Night Live skit?
I started it. We would also have to hire Will Ferrell because you can't have that sketch without both of them. You just can't.
That's true.
Oh, come on, Gene.
What we need is more cowbell.
For any of you under 30 who may not know that sketch, go YouTube it. Saturday Night Live, more cowbell. It's incredibly stupid, and we all love it because it's so stupid. It's amazing. How you been?
I'm good, Wooly. How are you? I know the baby must be driving you nuts, right? I mean, in a good way.
In the best way. She is amazing, and I love my little child so very much. But goddamn, does she make me tired. And I forget shit all the time. How you been?
I've been really good. I've just been kind of, dicking around on this pre-patch, pre-launch. It hasn't been going so well. I don't know. It's weird. I have my moments with it. Do you want to jump into what we've been into in WoW, or?
Sure, but first I'm going to point out that I said, "How have you been?" twice because I was making a joke about how I forget shit.
Oh, I mean, I'm fine, Wooly. I'm just great. Yeah, there you go. You'll probably forget that.
What would really be funny?
Ask me again in 42 seconds. Hey, how you been? I'm totally fine.
What would really be funny is if, when I listen later to edit it, if I find out that I've actually said it 3 times, that would be fucking... God damn it, somebody whack me in the head with a mallet. I'm so tired. What have you been up to in WoW?
Wow, so I guess this would be the time to go into my first thoughts on the pre-patch, because that's sort of what I did. I mean, I did I got some money and I did this stuff and I played remix and things like that, but kind of interesting. So I had some initial thoughts about the login experience. First of all, I don't think anyone could log in until the next day, right? Was that the case?
It was.
Yeah.
Fucking maintenance went until
midnight
what I
Pacific
think was,
or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know what broke, but something broke.
Something broke. Well, it was apparently the warbands, because mine is still broken. The bank. I can't.
Oh yeah.
Can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it. I click on it. I click on it on Gershom, and it says, "Oh, that is being used by another warbands character." And I'm like, "What? Maybe it's a fuck up between remix and something." So just in case, I went on remix, clicked on the warbands bank. It's there. The remix tune is gonna come over, but it's the same thing. I literally get this huge error message that says your warband's bank is being used by another warband character.
Yeah, so not to steal from the news, but they have disabled the war bank for whatever amount of time.
Yeah, well, that
So
was
that's
my
why we're
first
seeing
thing that I was super excited about, but it's okay. I mean, just some observations. So, you know, the loading screen, I get it. I mean, some people were like, oh my God, this is like, they were upset. I can't really remember why people were upset, but I'm just going to say my personal opinion is that it's way more boring than the Dragonflight loading screen. I thought the Dragonflight music was better. I thought that the loading screen music was better. It was more active. I feel like this one is just a little more like classic-y with like some changes. And then it's just like a big like Heart of Azeroth or something. I don't know. It's like Dragonflight. We had like a big like dragon was like swooping down like boom, and you heard all the noise and stuff. So I don't know. I thought that was weird. It's like we haven't even started playing the War Within yet, and I'm like, oh, okay. I can see the loading screen's a little lame. So what did you think about it?
Well, I confess I didn't get much time to do much, but I did eventually get onto my Warlock Vestin, who I'm going to be raiding on in the War Within. And for some reason, I don't know why it didn't occur to me, because I have been playing since 2008. I failed to realize all my bars were going to get reset, so I had to completely reset up all.
I had to spend so much time doing that. I was not prepared. I'm really glad I played so many hunters because I screenshotted Gershom's and I was like, oh, good, all my hunters. I'm just going to do the same thing. But yeah, that was still a process of time. Definitely.
It's like, how do we always forget this stuff? I guarantee you, I might have even said this in an episode around the time the Dragonflight pre-patch came out. But
oh no,
I fucking forgot.
I spent like a million years doing my talents all over again.
I might have.
We might have. I feel like I might have too. I don't know. It's probably like one of those things, right?
But, so I got all my shit together, and then I'm like, there isn't really anything I want to do. I can play Remix. So I played Remix for a little bit. But,
so, like,
I don't know. I'm not going to really want to do anything in...
Sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying I'm not really going to have anything I want to do in pre-patch until the event starts on the day this comes out, the 30th.
Yeah, so I'm like, I was so like weird about that because like I knew as we've been talking about it, we've been recording it, I've been knowing it, I've been seeing it, but somehow I still thought there was going to be more to do this week, and it turns out that's not. This isn't the thing that, oh, we're gonna do the thing. It's gonna be next week with the Radiant songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I got caught up in that a little bit, but that's okay because I jumped ahead. I cleaned out all my banks, all my alts, and I'm just gathering money.
I still have to do that.
Stuff. Yeah. So like, what else? I mean, I guess
I did throw some shit on the auction house because I'm like, well, get rid of this, but rather than just vendor it, what's it worth? Holy shit, 43K? And then it didn't sell, and I put it back up before the show today. It's 18K. I'm like, okay, I could have had 43, but whatever.
I mean, you still gotta make that money, though. Money doesn't sleep. I don't know. So there was one thing, probably the last thing I'm gonna touch in is the login screen. So like the Warband's login screen. And I realized like some of this might be outdated, and I think when some of the things that I started to dislike actually are changing, or like I was able to fix. But I feel like overall that screen is very, very crowded. So it's like you've got your 4 characters. It was supposed to be 5 originally. I don't know if anyone remembers that. But it was supposed to, yes, it was supposed to be 5. And I've heard other people say this, like, wasn't it supposed to be 5? But like, yeah, it's 4 now. Anyways, I feel like, okay, so I'm gonna start at like literally the top left of the screen. Big ass Warcraft logo does not need to be there. I've been playing Warcraft for 20 years. I know what I'm playing. Okay, so it's got 2 little chains hanging down that says upgrade. I'm like, sweet, I do need to upgrade the game. By the way, I finally upgraded the game, bought the expansion, bought the baby pack, $50, single mom life over here. But I bought it, I got it, but after I upgraded, the big ass upgrade token is still hanging on my screen too. So there's 2 things that are like taking up a hell of a lot of room. The Warcraft logo, the upgrade button. So the upgrade button is still there because apparently everything that I can upgrade at all is an option. So like if I want to upgrade my mounts, or I want to use my boost, all this stuff, I feel like all these things that you can upgrade should just be in like an upgrade tab in the escape menu, honestly. Yeah, so like that should be in the launcher or the escape menu, something like that. The upgrade tokens. There's like a big ass banner across the top that's like Pandaria countdown. That should be in the launcher. That doesn't need to be there, honestly. Like, it's taking up a lot of room. In fact, it's taking up so much room that it like cuts into two other things that are hogging up room on the screen. This is wild. And then there's like this huge banner at the top that's like realms, this, that, da da da. Put that in the escape menu or the launcher too. Honestly, I feel like so much. And then the actual like character list that you have on the side, lots of things about this. First of all, I wasn't aware that it was going to show every character, Alliance and Horde, realm, whatever. It doesn't break it down anymore. You don't have to click between realms. I guess that's on that bar on the top where you can click realms that I don't think should be on the top. I don't know. I know I'm tripping. I just feel like the whole thing is messy. I feel like it could be smaller. I minimized and got rid of as many things as I could, and I still couldn't even barely see my whole team. And then that's not to mention the fact that like my Pandaren hunter, my remix hunter who's on the screen.
Bear hug.
Yeah, no, she uses a bow, but like I click on her to make her like the main character, and she starts cocking her arms like she's holding a gun, and there's no bow there. Like,
the fuck?
It's really weird. It's like really weird graphic stuff. Like there's no bow on her back, and she's just got like her arms like she's got a gun in her hand. You know what I mean? Like she's got one elbow in the hand, and then she's got a hand hanging out, and there's nothing there. And that would definitely be how you'd hold a gun, not a bow. So I don't get it. I don't know. The login screen needs some work, I guess.
Well, I have a question for you about that, actually.
What's up?
I just loaded mine so I could look at it while you were talking about it. And my things aren't pushing into each other, and that makes me wonder if what resolution are you playing at, or is your monitor?
So I fucked with that. I actually thought, I was like, oh, it's because of my eyes. I have it at like 100 and some +% or something. So I went and changed all my screen settings to like 100%, and the same thing. I mean, unless I have to restart my whole computer to make it that way. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's a good shot. I might.
It does sound like a resolution thing to
Yeah.
me, but either way, do we really need a big-ass TWW logo in the upper left? We know what game we're playing.
Well, right. And then it's like, so I have 2 upgrade tokens, and they're sitting up there in the corner. It's like, I know people who have had 2 before this. There's people who have 5, 6, 7. Are you just gonna line them up across the top of the screen for like ad infinitum for people who just don't use their tokens? Like I'm saying, I have 2 and they're already annoying. They're big as hell. But then you log into the game and you go to like try and track like, you know, herbs or something, and the little binocular thing at the corner of your map is like a microparse of a fucking piece of data. Like it's so small, right? That little binocular piece at the top of your map.
It's hard to click.
Yeah, it's really fucking small, and the map is huge. I don't know, like all this weird basic UI shit. Like it's almost like you're making it easy for people to just write like better programs, which I don't know. It is what it is. I think other than that, that's what I've been up to, though. I know it's like a bit of a rant, but I mean, I'm having a good time too, and I'm looking forward to next week, which is really, by the time the episode releases, is today. So I'll be doing Radiant Echoes, I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, what you were saying about the screen, it does make me think there's a resolution thing here, which makes me think, does Blizzard, is it on their radar that accessibility issues might even still be present on something as relatively small scale as the character selection screen? I don't know.
Well, it's interesting because like I'm normally like a pretty chill person. Like I don't get overwhelmed like super easily or anything like that, but this was a lot on my screen. I'm talking about 2 upgrade tokens, a big ass World of Warcraft logo, a big ass enter world button that just doesn't need to be that big. The back button, why is that there? Just put that in escape. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so much going on. All of a sudden, I was like, okay, I'm not overwhelmed by this, but I feel like I know people and I could get in the mindset where there's a lot going on that screen. And I feel like there should be ways to make it better. Even if it does come into an accessibility tab or something like that. Like, I don't know. There's a lot going on there and it's all overlapping and it's kind of weird. And I feel like it's a lot to absorb. And yeah, I don't know. It felt awkward.
So all those things together just kind of rammed into each other like some kind of big muddy fuck pit.
Yeah, and I posted about it on Twitter and some people were like, yeah, I don't like it either, especially like certain content creators and things like that. They were like, well, hopefully they'll find a way to like make it more like accessible and just easy to like look at in general, because right now it's just really crowded.
Well, that kind of leads me to a question I was going to bring up later in the show, but shit, we might as well just do it now. Who've you put in your MySpace top 4? Oh my god.
Is that my warband, I hope? Because I don't do MySpace. Okay.
The 4 people that went. Nobody does MySpace anymore. Are you serious? It's all gone.
I don't know. You're asking. I don't know.
Like,
so my top 4 are Gershom, Bear Hug, Qotw. That's my warlock. So Gershom is my main. That's my baby. And then Bear Hug is my remix hunter. And then I have Qotw, which is my troll warlock. And I have Buck Nasty, which is my troll rogue. Those are my MySpace top 4.
That makes perfect sense. What I want you to think about during the show and have an answer for, because later I want to throw out a question of the week, but I'm going to like hint at it now. Yeah, what's the lore of why those 4 are playing together?
We're going to bring that up. I have a funny one. I thought about it today while walking to the grocery store, actually.
That's awesome.
I have no life.
I don't have one in my mind for mine yet, so we got to go through the show and I'll think. But the ones I have up there at present anyway are Vestin, my OG warlock, Grasspaw, who is originally his name was Volfane. He's my OG druid, so I have my warlock, my druid.
I call him Asspaw.
Asspaw. Oh god, he's got to wipe his butt somehow, right?
Eventually.
And then I have Zip Ties, my priest, because turns out I kind of enjoy disc healing. I'm not raiding on him, and I'm probably not even going to maintain him as an alt. But then my 4th, there were a lot of choices I could have gone with, and eventually, and this might change, it might eventually change to my original Collected Company toon, who was a Dark Iron monk. But I'm like, you know what, this will be funny, and I picked Mocha Nips. Mocha Nips, also because I needed a fucking orc on that screen or I was gonna scream. Yeah.
I love thinking about, wait, is the Mocha Nips, is he like a Magheart orc?
He sure is.
Yeah, so he's brown. He's got brown nipples.
Yep, that's where the name comes from.
Yes.
Hey, what's your name?
Mokan.
Mokan? Well, Mokan Nips. I'm gonna call you Mocha Nips.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Basically. And that's how he got called Mocha Nips. A goblin made fun of him. I might level him eventually. I don't have a fully leveled hunter at the moment. Anyway, did I lose you?
Mocha Nips. No, we're good. I'm just tripping on Mocha Nips. I love it.
It's funny shit. All right, well, I suppose it's about time we move on into the WoW news. What do you say?
Motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
Time for WoW news. Motherfuckers.
All right, so we have been talking here about pre-patch and all that, but don't forget Remix is still going on. And there have been some pretty hefty nerfs rolling in that'll help you figure out how to get any transmogs you still want to get while we have, I don't know, what is it? Well, I don't know how much time we have left in it. I think it's like 3 weeks-ish.
22 days or something like that. Yeah.
So there's been big nerfs to Heroic, Mogashan Vaults, Heart of Fear, Terrace of Endless Spring, Throne of Thunder, and Siege. All Heroic. All those mobs' health have been reduced by 55%, and all the mobs' damage has been reduced by 62%. And I think that includes bosses. I don't know. I didn't look close enough into it to determine that because all it said was all creatures. So I'm like, that means everything, doesn't it? Sure. And then Mythic Siege of Orgrimmar, which for some reason I wrote SOS instead of SOO. Health has gone down by 50% and damage down by 55%. So it's less of a nerf, but still pretty significant nerf. Have you been trying to go through those and get transmogs, or are you doing other stuff in Remix?
Okay, yes. So this is pissing me off because I had seen this. I had seen the blue post about this, and I think it's real shitty. So thank you to Dafyed in the Thralls Balls Discord, thrallsballs.com. Don't forget, go check it out. I think the website sucks, right, Willie? But we're working on it. But
the website at this point intentionally sucks.
Yeah, so yeah, cool. It's intentional. You can still get in the Discord there. So our friend in the Discord, Dafyed, had told me, he said, hey, while you're waiting to, do bronze from LFR, just try and queue into heroics. So I'm like, sweet. And then I saw that there was this debuff, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have any problem getting in. Everybody still wants you to be like fucking like 426. And I'm like over here, like just having done my LFR, like, 400 or whatever. And I just keep getting declined. And I'm like, so I got into like a Throne of Thunder, I think. And everything just got pushed over. So I can't understand why every single heroic that I've queued for so far has either declined me, and then some of them have gotten full. But it sucks because queuing for the heroics takes up your queue, and I'm like, I'm just sitting here waiting to get kicked. So this is still kind of weird. I know I said there's 22 more days. I might have to figure it out again and see if like maybe in the week upcoming, if I'm not doing Radiant Echoes or whatever, I can get into like some of these groups, because right now I'm having no luck getting into them. People are like 476 lead and da-da-da, and then like I queue for them and they just kick me. They're like decline. So I don't...
People are insane.
It's fine. People are weird. It's whatever. So I was mostly doing heroics just to try and get the achievement and the title. I think it's like Paragon of the Mist or something like that, which would be really cool title to have. But otherwise I'm just working on like doing LFR when I can't get into a heroic, and just still doing dailies and just upgrading my gear. Yeah, pretty much for that.
Yeah, I have not done any raids in Remix, LFR or heroic or mythic or otherwise, and just everything I've heard is they just basically, you can blow on them and they fall over and they basically fart treasure.
That's basically what it is. So like LFR is like that, but then, and when I get into a heroic, it's like that. But for some reason, all of a sudden, like you queue for a heroic and people just kick you. They're like, oh, low item level. I'm like, come on, dude. This shit is so stupid. Like you said, you fart on it and it blows over. So it's like, why can't I just come? These are practically carries. These are easy modes. So like, I don't understand why people aren't just ganging up and just going into them.
I don't know.
Anyway,
maybe you'll have an easier time of it now.
It is what it is.
Shit changing. So, unless you had more remix stuff to throw into the pot here.
No, we're good.
All right. Well, Blizzard has gone and put out a cinematic for the War Within, another one. I think this is meant to be, I don't know if it's meant to be the launch cinematic or not, because that usually you see it like the day before launch or something, or a couple days, whatever. But it's showing you this earthen guy and he's yanking chain out in public, and it's a lot of people are uncomfortable, and Xalatath has balls flying around her head, and I forgot what else is in it because I just kept giggling at the earthen who was yanking chain. He was actually picking up a heavy hammer and dropping it on metal, but he had to do it by yanking a chain. So he was, shut up, everybody. Stop laughing at me. You try this. Actually, please don't. I like it. No, you know what? Try it. If you want to have a show, go make a show. We'll be friends. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm so tired. But yeah, there's a cinematic. It's pretty cool. I recommend you go watch it. You see a blimp flying into a spider hole, And then it like shows you what is that city? The City of Threads or some shit like that. It fucking looks like Menzoberranzan. It's fucking incredible.
Is it like the Spider City?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forget what it's called. It's like it's not as Jewel Narub. No, that's like the old one, but it's got some name like that. Yeah.
I don't remember. All I know is it looks in that cinematic fucking amazing. Like it legitimately looks, if you're familiar with Forgotten Realms D&D shit, it legitimately looks like you're looking at Menzoberranzan, the city of the Drow. It's fucking top. Even though we all know these spider people aren't elves, they're spider people. Whatevs, okay?
Alun has nothing to do with it at all.
Are you kidding me? Alun would go there and instantly come.
She has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm so tired.
We should get through this episode. Sorry.
Oh, we will. So we had Prepatch Launch, and as we already alluded to, the war bank is broken. They're fixing it. Damn, that was a really long maintenance time. Holy hell. And Blizzard has been like, you know what? You guys weren't able to play for an entire day, so we're giving you that day back. They're just basically refunding you a day for the service you were paying for and couldn't get. It makes sense to do that. It's fine. It's just okay. However, WoW had comments on it were fucking stupid. The one I saw that stuck with me the most was, see, this is why complaining works. All you have to do is complain and Blizzard will cow to you. Like, whoa, bro, really? That's your takeaway from this? Not that the business sees that you weren't able to use the service they were saying they offered but still paid for it and decided to make it right, but this is why complaining, but you're fucking stupid, dude. And
I ran into the same problem during doing Warlords of Draenor, so that was one of the expansions I played current, like on and off over the years. And I logged on to that, and I don't know if anyone remembers this, but WoD had like 6 days where the game was just down.
I do not remember this.
The garrisons were awful. Everything was bad. Everyone was getting disconnected, and it ended up being that they gave you like five days of game time. And so after like 2 days, I'm like, hey, can we get some game time on, back then it was known as Twitter. I know all you old heads remember, but you kids, it was called Twitter. And someone actually reached out to me and they're like, this is what you get. You're fucking entitled ass. And they called me all these names. I'm like, all right. And then I got the game time. So I was like, whatever. But yeah, the same vibe. It was stupid.
Yeah. I mean, asking for compensation for something you paid for and didn't get is entirely different.
I had posted. I was just like, well, we couldn't play for like 5 days. Could we get a refund? Yeah. And someone was
and that just makes sense. This guy in the Wowhead comments, though, just saying, see, this is why I always complain about everything. And I don't think he was even
randomly.
And then another comment said, but it's going to take a couple weeks for everybody to get that day back? Why? Like, they could have just been asking for... Well, I think the article, if I remember right, mentioned that it might take a couple weeks for them to sort out that. I don't really know what goes into that. So that commenter might have been legitimately confused why, but it came across as like, oh, great. Why? And it was just funny. I mean, I don't know. I've seen bad patch days, and this was not a great patch day. So I'm just trying to find levity where I can.
I've seen pretty bad debate nights, too.
Oh my God, no.
Sorry, no politics on the podcast. Yeah, I've seen pretty bad patch days as well.
Everybody take that, and you know what it's talking about. You know, everybody thinks the same way. That's all we gonna say. So we have, remember how Bent hated the login screen and how last week I had mentioned, hey, it looks like there's some Datamined assets that look like there might be login screen coming. Well, there is. There definitely is. So there is that one we were talking about now that is viewable on live, I believe it is, because, we're in pre-patch, so we're technically in the War Within territory. They have given, and by given, I mean Wowhead has datamined what the new login screen is going to look like. So that big centery thing in the middle of the circle with all the cracks on it is all blown out. And now it looks like it might be a portal of some sort to Dornogal. And if you don't know, that is the main city of the War Within that we're going to be hanging out in. And there's like little wispy things floating around, hanging this way and that on the edges. And it's all, I don't know. It's a new login screen. It's got more depth to it. It looks better than the one circle thing with the cracks. Yeah, I don't know. I think I have that. Gershom, have you seen it? Because I linked it in
I'm trying to look it up on Google, but I didn't see your link.
Yeah, that's because I had to do the notes on my phone instead of on the computer. Bear with us here, everybody. I have the article loading right now. I'm gonna drop this in post chat. This is riveting content for everybody listening. So yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
I just got it. Let me see.
It looks like a portal to Dornogal, basically. Which, I gotta say, Dornogal as a city, I'll get used to it, but I don't really like it much. I don't like it. We're gonna have to wait until we're properly in the War Within to talk about it.
Okay, so is this like, this big circle that shows the city in the middle, that's the actual load screen now?
Yeah, that image you see with the,
that
so it's still
pretty.
got the, right. I like the login screen. I don't like Dornogal. I think it's kind of a boring city.
Oh.
But it does have a deep butthole to nowhere, so that's cool.
That's cool. Well, the load screen's pretty neat. I mean, I'm just glad it wasn't like that crackly. Like I think I sort of waxed poetic on that in the beginning of the episode. I'm like, this is weird. It's like kind of boring, and the song is sort of not really vibing with me the same. So I don't know. That's neat though. It makes sense. I guess we'll have to see.
The thing I like about this is it isn't just a circle.
We have 8 days. It is so close. I know.
Unless you pre-ordered, then it's the 22nd, I think you get it. 23rd, one of those.
I did not.
I don't fucking know.
I just bought the expansion. I just bought the expansion today, and I had to buy the bitch ass single mom $50 one. But I'll be there. I will be there.
When I say pre-order, I meant the I think it's just the Epic Edition, because I hate myself apparently. One last bit of news here, and this is actually really cool. There is the culmination of a long effort that will now extend into the future under new efforts. Blizzard has a wall-to-wall union now. It is the World of Warcraft Game Makers Guild, made up of more than 500 devs from the art team, design, engineering, production, sound, and even QA. And then according to, I don't know if he's the leader of the union or not, but his name is Kevin Kevin V, senior software developer. He said, by forming a cross-disciplinary union, we seek to enshrine that value and ensure that the developers of World of Warcraft, QA included, will always have a voice in our own workplace. We want to both improve our working conditions and protect the things we love about Blizzard, all so we can feel secure in pouring our talents and passion into making World of Warcraft. We organize not just for ourselves, but also for our fellow employees who make the game with us. By ensuring we're all treated fairly in our own workplace, we can focus ourselves on our shared passion, making great video games. Our union effort predates the recent layoffs, but witnessing them firsthand only served to solidify how important this effort is for the entire gaming industry. With our union contract, we can have a voice to minimize the impact of future layoffs and ensure we retain talent and knowledge whenever possible. While the team's voice will determine what we bargain for, we've also had numerous conversations with each other in the past 5 months. We suspect our top bargaining items will include layoff protections, improved work-from-home policies, transparency around performance and promotions, and pay adjustments to align with the expensive areas we live. Kevin V, senior software developer. So, I understand that unions aren't universally loved by all across the world. Some see them as just not what they stand for. I see them more as like money hungry groups that make you pay dues and stuff. But don't forget, unions, and this is barely brushing against the underside of the nutsack of the political, unions began because people were working in unsafe conditions. And I think we can all agree Blizzard has shown that it had different kinds of unsafe conditions. People were getting, let's just say, harassed, and others were, it's all bad. I don't want to get into it very much, but there's been a lot of bad shit. And I think this is a very positive mood. That is my opinion. I know there's quite a few people out there who would disagree, and that's their prerogative, but I think they're wrong. Anything to say about this?
I mean, if your workplace is not going to protect your basic human rights of your gender, your religion, your sexuality, all those things that are actually federally protected rights to begin with, if your workplace does not want to protect those, then I think it's all for it. I mean, I'm all for a union. I was raised in a union family. My dad was a Navy veteran, and he worked in a union sponsored shipyard after that. So like, I'm a union family. I mean, we're saying what we are on the podcast. It is what it is. But I feel like sometimes when the government does not take care of things that they say that they're going to take care of, if you need a union to handle it for you, then I'm all for it. And I think that's a great idea.
Hell yeah. So, this is a good move. This is a lot of people sticking up for themselves. Blizzard as a company has said they're going to, quote, do better. But unless someone holds them accountable to that, how do you fucking know they're gonna?
I think that's the best part of a union, is I feel like that there's someone there who's gonna help hold them accountable for. I really hope Blizzard doesn't have any more stupid bullshit going on, but you know, also that's on a case-to-case basis. I never really liked that people like put Blizzard down for the fact that like shitty people did shitty things, but also those shitty people were very top-tier Blizzard employees. So I think overall this will work out, you know. I hope it does.
Yeah, I'm glad to see this happening. And that was actually it for the news. Are you ready for the mixed drink of the week?
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah! It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! It's the mixed drink of the week, and before we get into it, I just want to remind everybody to please only partake of the mixed drink of the week, or any alcohol for that matter, if you're of legal age or legal whatever to do so. Furthermore, we're not responsible for any stupid shit that may befall you as a result of your own stupid shit. Anywhoozin', we have been going through the playable races in WoW and giving them heritage-style drinks. Gershom is up this week with the Tiran. And originally she was going to call it the Haymaker, but she has pivoted the name to Freehold. I had a great idea for what the Haymaker was going to be, but now she's thrown a wrench in the gears and I have to get a little creative. So, I hear Freehold, I just think pirates. So that makes me think Malibu rum. And because this is about all Tirans, not just Freehold. Well, no, Freehold is in Tiran, so it counts. I think colorful things like the parrots when I see Freehold. So I'm thinking it's either red, yellow, or green, and it's got Malibu in it. So I'm gonna say you've got a shot of Malibu, a shot of pineapple juice, and it's mixed together with red Gatorade. That might be too simplistic. How close am I?
Totally not close at all.
Damn.
So bad. I'm so sorry. I actually got creative with this one. And so I drank it last night. So when you send me off, I'm just going to be drinking my regular old vodka cocktail. But do you want to know what's in the Freehold?
Yes, what's in the free?
I got a little complicated. So I made this with a friend last night and it was really good. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill a glass about 3/4 full with alcoholic root beer. If you don't want this drink to be as strong, you can use regular root beer, but we went with Dad's old-fashioned alcoholic root beer. So
Get out of here. Dad's is
so
still
you
around?
fill like a glass with 3/4 of that, and then on the side you take a shot glass and you fill it with, of course, about maybe like 3/4 kraken, because I mean it's like a sea monster kraken on the bottle, and it's the Tiran, so it makes sense, old gods and stuff. And then you're gonna put about 4 drops of liquid smoke in that. You're gonna layer it with a little bit of 151. Gonna light it on fire. You're gonna drop it in the root beer, and you're gonna shoot it.
So, let me see if I got this right. In a shot glass, you've got 3/4 of it filled with kraken, 4 little drops of liquid smoke, enough 151 layered on it to light it on fire, and then you drop that into a 3/4 full glass of alcoholic root beer, and you just chug it? Is that what you're saying?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. So this is kind of like an angry captain, but it's kind of like a culturist angry captain. And the reason I called it the Freehold was like the liquid smoke, because you do taste it when you take the drink, and then it's lit on fire. It sort of reminded me of like a cannonball, which is like Freehold.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
sounds really fucking good. We should start doing, like, at the end of every drink series, hold like a poll to see which one won, what people thought was the best one. Because I gotta tell you, this is right up at the top of the list right away.
It's really good. So I did it with a friend last night, and it was really good. So right now I'm just drinking like vodka and soda to chill, but it was really good.
Well, if I'd been there, I would have yelled it. I would have been all, over the lips, through the gums, look out, asshole.
I will take a sip of what I'm drinking right now. All right, look out, asshole.
I never would have thought to use alcoholic root beer.
Well, like I said, if you don't want it to be as strong, you can use like sober root beer. You can use like regular root beer, but we just like the alcoholic because it was, boozier.
Wow. Okay. I fucking love that. Yeah. So that was the Freehold. And looking at what we have, we now are down to, did we already do what did we do last week? Was last week the Meghar?
I have no idea.
Fuck, I don't remember, man. All right, well, we'll figure it out. We will figure that shit out. So, alluded to this before, but we are gonna go ahead and drop a question of the week on you fools. Okay, so this is a question we are throwing out into the ether, and we're gonna give our own answers too. Actually this time, even though normally we read our answers after we've gathered yours, but I'm curious, I want to know, what is the lore behind your warband? And when I say that, your 4 specific chosen top 4 or whatever that are on your screen. Why are those 4 specific tunes working together? Actually, should we answer that next week? Let's hold that. Let's hold our answers for next week. And I'm definitely not saying that because I wasn't able to think of something in the meantime. Definitely not.
It's only because we're coming up on an hour.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, let's say that.
Yeah, let's say that.
I didn't actually gather a game for us to play, though. So, that's a thing. The show is currently running at like 46 minutes. But I think...
you don't have a lore behind your warband? Come on, you don't want to vibe? You don't want to just
they all have their individual stories, right? Like Mocha Nips. His whole story is a goblin made fun of him.
All right, I got one. Let's do a Flurpy Ruins WoW.
Really? All right, let's do this.
Let's do it.
It's
time for Flurpy to ruin WoW. I tell you what.
Soiled it! Soiled it! Soiled it! Soiled it!
Folks, he may not be a host on the show anymore, but his legacy lives on. Flurpy has brought us the joy of ruining WoW, and I suppose Gershom has an idea for how Flurpy's gonna ruin WoW this week. What you got, buddy?
All right, if your main was gonna fuck someone, who would it be? I want you to go first. You don't have a lot of mains, but pick a main, and pick someone that they're gonna fuck with.
Fuck with or fuck?
Both. Fuck with, fuck, yeah, fuck. Definitely sex.
Okay. Xalatath. Duh.
Okay, come on.
No, for real. Vestin's whole thing. He is a half elf, right? He is a half. He out going into Silver, like, let's go reunite all the elves, blah blah blah. But during War Within, he's gonna be looking up and he's gonna see her and he's gonna be like, she fine. And then he's gonna get on a fart cloud of void or whatever and fly up to her and be like, hey, you want a bone? And she's gonna be like, ugh. And he's gonna be like, fair enough. And then he's gonna go drink himself to sleep.
That sounds terrible.
So I guess the real answer is nobody.
She's like, ugh.
She's just like, ugh.
These things happen sometimes. That's true. These things happen.
Yeah, so I guess realistically my answer, he's not gonna fuck anyone. He's just gonna go yank chain.
Just like in that cinematic.
The fucking earthen was yanking chain.
Oh my god, I swear. Alright, so let me see. Actually, alright, Gershom, let me see. Gershom got so horny on the Sanjin Isles or whatever that he actually went over to like where all the bad trolls were on the other island, and he just got butt fucked by them all over the place. Happen. Yeah, and you know that was his time. That was his. He ruined WoW. He went and he had a bunch of fun butt sex, and it was great, and that was it. It ruined WoW.
He got himself. He figured out how to have Rastakhan eat his ass, even with those tusks.
Oh my god!
I brought it back years later.
Slipping on that ass.
Do Not Relent once talked about Rastakhan eating ass with his fucking big old gougers, and I've brought it back into the present. I think we're just kind of babbling at this point.
Yeah, no, we should probably. That's good. Yeah. We could wrap it up.
What's your final thought today?
Rastakhan eating ass, dude. What the fuck? Yes, bring it back. Let's do it. That was not ours. That did belong to Do Not Relent, but it's great.
That was one of the first episodes of theirs I ever heard.
It's lore. It's lore at this point. Rastakhan, eating ass.
Actually, my final thought is about that. It was the second episode of theirs I ever listened to because the first one made reference to it, and I needed to go find that and listen to it, so I did. That's my final thought. So then I suppose we are going to go ahead and get on out of here. You can go ahead and follow us in the places. I am at Wooly08, 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y, and that's on Twitter and Instagram. Gershom is at Hunter Gershom, Gershom on Twitter. Whoa, I lost my button here. Hold on, there we go. And Bentolas is at Bentolas_outlaw on Twitter, BENTOLAS. And the show is at ThrallsBallsPod on Twitter and Instagram. You can email us any feedback, questions, or whatever you want. thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to leave us a review in the comments on Spotify, which are apparently a thing, or on iTunes, which we'll eventually see. 2 other ways to leave us a review. Go to thrallsballs.com, the intentionally shitty website, and you can submit one anonymously. You can also join our Discord server from the website, where we have an entirely separate channel for reviews. It's fun in our Discord. You gotta believe me, all right? Anyway, bye guys, we love you. Be good.
Bye swingers, we love you. Be good.